All right, so we live. We back with another. So basically, Isaac, correct me if I'm wrong. Yesterday, you said that Cam Ward was the better quarterback over Shedeur.
In my opinion, yes.
Okay, and just give me three reasons, one to
Oh
two
yeah.
sentences why, and then Q, you can respond.
In my opinion, he has a better quick release. Um, in my opinion, he throws a better deep ball. And in my opinion, I think he's a better leader. You know what I'm saying? Overall, when you just watch him over the years, I watched him. I was a Pac-10, Pac-12 guy. I'm an Oregon fan since 2003. So when I watched him come through Washington State, any quarterback that goes there, if you can put that ball in the air, you can easily throw for 5,000 yards. And that went out there and put on a show. But watching him lead, like watching that game he played against us personally, watching him lead his team, even though they lost, watching him lead his team back because we was whooping their ass. You know what I'm saying? Small stuff like that is like. Then watching him go to Miami and just automatically like everybody fell in love with him. All the players from what I've heard. You know what I'm saying? So like seeing the type of leader he is and how he stands out. I mean, like I don't see why not. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying Shador is not a leader, but I've never really heard too many teammates be like, yeah, like when he speaks, we listen. Like I've never heard it. I've never heard it. I ain't saying like they don't be speaking up for him, but I'm just saying I've never heard nobody be like, oh yeah, when Shador talk, yeah, everything shut down. You
Q, I'm
know?
gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Only thing I say real quick is I think it's tough for Shador to get that type of badge because his dad's voice is so strong in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's like he'll get the respect. I feel like when he gets sacked and the lineman come pick him up, or on the sideline if he getting on somebody and they're not barking back. I think that's how Shador would get his respect. But Q, you go ahead and respond to the Cam Moore uh, reasons.
All right. Now, on some of the stuff you said, yeah, I do agree with. He does have a quick release. Like I saw it on TikTok last night. I said, "Oh man, Matt ain't even, trying me in or nothing." But I actually, looked at some film last night on both quarterbacks, for real. And
Okay.
this is what I want to tell you. All right, yeah, Cam. It depends on schemes, bro. Cam was just set up in the right predicament. Now, once you think about it, you just said, yeah, you're a Pac-12 guy, Pac-10 guy. You watch a lot of that. So you got to think about it. Cam Ward had five receivers that went over 1,000 yards. That's five. All right. Then you have to think about Cam Ward had a good offensive line. So by me watching film last night, yeah, Cam can sit back in the pocket. He got great feet. Great feet. I love his feet work. And like you said, he do got a quick release. It's between 2 to 3 seconds every time.
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 seconds every time. Now, Shador does have a quick release between two
He
to three
does.
seconds,
He
but
does.
it depends on his offensive line. And I couldn't really judge it because
They're
he's
bad.
always getting sacked,
Mm-hmm.
he's always getting rushed. So it's kind of hard to dissect his game, and you can't really compare them because they play for two different teams. When they got there, they didn't have an offensive line. They didn't have anything for real, for real. But he made it do what it did. Shador only had one offensive receiver out of the 4 years he played. One got up, what was it, passing yards, over 1,000 yards. And we already know who that is, Travis Hunter.
Horn didn't get 1,000 this year.
No.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I already looked it up, bro. I did my
Oh,
research last night,
I
bro.
I will tell
That's what I
you,
said. That's why, because once he said he did his research, I was like, yeah, like, cause dang, Horn didn't even get 1,000.
but I will tell you. Don't forget Jimmy. He did have a lot of injuries this past year.
Yeah.
So if you look at Jimmy
Okay.
Horn in 2024, he only had 441 yards, and in 2023 he had 567. So you know,
And then they had Webster. He only had 660. Then they had Will Shepard. He only had 540. Travis Hunter was the only one that had 1,600 yards receiving.
Mm,
He had
okay.
14 touchdowns. He had more than all the other guys up here. Jimmy had 7. Webster had 8. Shepard had 6. So like, I don't know, man. But like, both of them can extend the play. And I'm not gonna say Shedeur doesn't have a strong arm because he does, from what I've seen. And I watched some of his games, but he does have a strong arm. Both of them
So
will run if they need to, but Shedeur doesn't like to run. That's what gives Cam the upper hand because Cam will run, Shedeur won't.
so just to be sure, Q, you would draft Shedeur, and Isaac, you definitely would draft Cam Ward, right?
Yeah, I would definitely
Yeah,
draft.
So for the Titans,
I
let's say Q, let's say Dion don't want his son to go there. I'm sure you're still not gonna draft him, right? Would you then just take
no.
Cam Ward?
Honestly, me, bro, I don't think Cam Ward should go there.
Me neither.
He
I don't
doesn't have a
think,
choice.
no, but like, look at it. Tennessee had one black quarterback, Steve McNair. All right. They treated him like gold, yeah. But look at Malik Willis, the kid from Liberty. That kid was not bad.
He could have played, and when he did,
Exactly.
and he had spurt. He had moments.
Yeah. So what
Yeah,
they did was he had one bad game. They was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, forget this. Come on, Levitt. They put Levitt in. They said Levitt was the answer, this, that. And now y'all trying to get rid of him.
I will tell you this though.
And
It
Levis is on not you got Moss, but the one where it be like the other end where he always doing something clumsy. Whatever show is the one where you do something
snacking
clumsy
the
when they do it on
food.
Sunday. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
he always
Not
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
something clumsy.
not top 10.
There you go.
Levis, them two coming together was like when RG3 and now not exactly the same, but when RG3 and what's buddy that got drafted with him? Kirk Cousins.
I knew you was gonna
I,
say that.
I feel like when you bring in two quarterbacks, hey, Levis was young and the kid you talking about was super young. When you got two super young guys, it's only one quarterback on the field. So they're not
Well,
gonna get
they,
that true year under their belt. And Levis, sorry to say it, but hey, ain't nothing like a not. I mean, ain't nothing like a Caucasian quarterback that can play ball. Sorry, it's true because the
my
game
thing,
is moving away from that. If you think about it, the RPOs, the Lamar Jackson is the new prototype of type of quarterback to get. So Levis, Levis looks like the type that be able to run an RPO, right? But I could see and politically them wanting him to be it because the kid from Richmond or Liberty, he didn't have the same brand as Levis. Levis played in Kentucky,
Exactly.
right.
like
Exactly.
you.
That's exactly
Yep.
what it
That's what I'm
was.
saying.
And
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say. I'm glad you said that.
But that tells you though that honestly, bro, SEC quarterbacks are not like that.
No, they're not trash.
But the line,
Alabama,
I give you line.
Alabama's Alabama's quarterback is trash. All their
Yeah.
Okay,
quarterbacks are trash.
okay. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what
Ole
you're
yeah,
Miss,
about
yeah,
to
yeah,
Ole
yeah.
say.
Miss, Ole
Oh
Miss,
yeah,
Ole Miss. See, even like, but see, like Jackson Dart, he's solid, but he throws a lot of picks.
yeah. I'm glad you said his
You was
name.
just
Why
talking
don't we
about
just
him. You
talk
was
about
just
that,
talking
Matt?
about him. So he was saying, who was you
Hold on,
saying
did y'all see
you
that bowl game? Did y'all see the bowl game when he was supposed to win the game and he literally threw a pick. They got the ball right back and then he threw a pick right again. Pissed
Well,
me off.
we was talking
Pissed
about
me
what?
off.
Jalen Milroy. I told Matt that I would draft uh, Jackson before Milroy.
Oh, I'm if we being honest, Milroy is lucky to hear his name called.
What I tell you, Matt?
Naysayer or not. Like,
What I tell you, bro?
you know what
Wow.
I'm saying?
What I
Like, he's
tell
lucky to
you,
hear his
bro?
name
That's
called.
I mean, I feel
He
you, but
sucks.
it is
He's
crazy
gonna
to
have to
hear a
change
little
his
bit.
position. He's gonna have to change his position.
He's gonna
Now
have to
wait.
change his position, or he's gonna have to go to the UFL and prove himself, and then have
Okay.
another opportunity.
Now let me ask you this. Maybe not as consistent, but he has made some throws, some NFL throws before. He has NFL throws on his film.
I mean, that's why he's on the
But it's
college.
not
That's why
consistent
he's on
though.
a SEC roster.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that have not been consistent that have gotten drafted that have been given an opportunity.
Name me two quarterbacks then.
That actually got drafted. You can go back in time with EJ.
Manual.
Mm,
Yeah. You know
What
what
about?
saved him? He was at Florida State.
I
Yeah,
think I think EJ had a better college career than he
he
did
had a
NFL.
way better college career.
True, but he also didn't lose his coach in towards the end of his last year. If Saban would have stayed and they would have, it's a whole different narrative. It's a whole different ball game. Saban leaving, it really messed up. It ain't gonna say it messed up the program, but it changed the program a little bit. It did. Now we don't have that big top dog because Georgia, they over here trying to get everybody in NIL right now. They just brought in Buddy from at USC, that
Yeah,
Zach kid.
I get that, but no, I'm not giving that man no excuse. He had another freshman wide receiver by him.
He threw him the ball.
So why can't you? No, bro.
You know,
He nah. I just don't trust Jalen Milroy, bro. I
I
don't.
feel you.
I don't.
I
I
feel
don't
you.
trust him. I don't trust him.
Now,
Bro,
let me ask you this: Is
he's
it
just not good.
I'd
is he
rather
at
take Will
least
Howard, and Will Howard is garbage. I'd rather take Will Howard than Jalen
That's a
Milroy.
good one.
is
Yes,
that
At least I
that's Buddy
can
from Ole
groom.
Miss?
that's a good one.
No, that's the one from
Nah,
Ohio State.
yeah,
I can at
yeah.
least
He's
Oh,
groom.
poo.
I can
okay.
He's
groom
poo.
Howard.
Hey,
You
He's
know.
so poo.
he a
If
big
they
body
had if
too.
they had a better quarterback, they would have whooped our ass the first time.
Oh yeah, against Oregon.
Oregon. If they had a better quarterback, if they had Justin Fields type deal,
Yeah,
they would have dusted our ass up. Oh, they would have done, and then they would have did us worse the second time. Chip would have
Mm,
ate our ass up.
but look, the second time was still a close game though, right?
The second time,
Yeah,
no,
no, they
we
blew him
Chip
out.
Chip had the keys. That
Oh
what?
snap!
It was the not the playoff.
First game was super close though.
Yeah, and
Okay,
we got it out. We got out,
yeah,
and then that Chip mastermind. I love him. He's my
yeah.
favorite OC all time, other than Mark Helfrich. But
Now you just gave Chip a compliment. Would you say that he messed up the Eagles?
I mean, that's yeah. He's not. He was never meant to be in the NFL. I can
Okay.
yeah,
say that.
you can't.
I can say
You
that.
can't
That's
bring
just my
that type
opinion,
of
though.
offense.
Yeah, like you can't
I
do
don't think
the
he was a
stuff we
bad coach.
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
like this is
you
college.
can't
This is
just use
different. Like it's
that
different
playbook in the
speeds.
NFL.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's
So you
different speeds
know
out here
it
in
even.
college. In NFL, most of everybody is around the same. You can't
Yeah.
think DeAnthony Thomas about to do the same thing here. Damn, no, it's not gonna happen. You know,
Yeah.
you see
Now, if
what
we would
happened
have
to
said
him.
Tyreek Hill, if
See
he
what
had
happened
like
to
a
him.
Tyreek Hill on his team, or what's my boy Smith, Devontae Smith on his team, maybe he can get away with some shit
Yeah,
like
but
that.
see,
You
with
know?
him, the run game worked, and that's
Yeah.
something that's always gonna work for him. He always had great running backs, and they always did great, pretty solid in the NFL. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And they did had great college careers. Even when he went to UCLA. I don't know about the Eagles when he went to the NFL. I didn't keep up with him when he went to the NFL, but every time he always has an elite running back, and as long as he got that, all that extra stuff gonna work.